They have a saying at my daughter's school, like when somebody does something nice for you, it's called they're filling your bucket. So what can you do to fill somebody's bucket? This festival is a bucket filler. Last week I went to the GroundUP Festival in Miami, Florida. This video is about that week. Real quick, I just want to say thank you to Michael League of Snarky Puppy and all of the folks on that team at GroundUP Music for putting on yet another incredible festival. This thing is amazing. It's only the second year. If you haven't been yet, I highly recommend you go in the future. It's just a wonderful experience, not only because of the great musicians and bands that they bring there, but they keep the festival small enough that you're constantly intermingling with all the people who are attending. And this is probably the best part, just all the conversations and hanging out and the late night sets, and it's amazing. I know that sounds like hyperbole, but it really is fantastic. And I just want to say there's a lot of music. I'm trying to pack as much as I can into this video without making it hours long. Also, almost everything you're gonna see is shot on my phone or the phones of others. Hopefully it makes you feel like you were right there with me. That's my intention. All right, let's jump in. I know I've said this before, but it was a particularly busy week, and it began for me in Los Angeles on Wednesday night with Mike Raganese and his band. I still haven't figured out a way to get the stand in the sax bell, in the case, and fit everything else, but I'm working on it. Child seats are also great for holding gig bags.
There's a slowdown on US 101 South that is causing a 23-minute delay. You will arrive at 6.
That's my favorite sushi restaurant over there. It's called Mako Sushi. Then Thursday I had my band at the Baked Potato. .26 a.m. If I hustle, I could be maybe sleeping by 2. Got home from that about 2 o'clock in the morning. Nora and I had to leave for the airport around 5 o'clock that morning. That clock's fast. It's actually like 5:10.
It was really weird. I was sitting outside on the patio and I saw like 4 people that I knew. Yeah, that sounds horrific. We're not bouncing yet, are we?
No, not just yet.
But we got to Miami and it was about 4 or 5 o'clock, and the first set that I had to play was with Snarky, and that was at 7:30. So we basically just had enough time to drop our luggage, do a quick change, and head straight over to the venue. I've been reviewing all that music because there was definitely not going to be a rehearsal or anything like that. You just jump on stage and start playing like you were just playing together last night, and somehow that works. But then, and I think I mentioned this before, I had the late night set with Jay's band, with the Ye Jennings Quartet, and that was pretty late. I mean, I think we started at 3 o'clock in the morning. Headed downstairs for Jay's set. Hi, this is the clearing. Don't pay any attention to me.
Do we have to pose? All right.
And his set went really well. I was completely surprised at how many people were still hanging out at 3:30 in the morning, and they were just all sitting on the floor in this room. We were playing bebop at 3:30 in the morning, and it was really cool. But the kicker was, I didn't know that I was gonna have a rehearsal at 9:30 the next morning. So, you know, like when we finished Jay's set, it was probably 4:30 in the morning, maybe, something around there. Of course, by that point, I was pretty wired, and after talking to some people, it was almost 5. Definitely not tired then to go to bed. And I hadn't really had a chance to work on or learn or even listen to, frankly, Alina's music. So from about 5 to 6:15, 6:30 a.m., I just laid in bed with my noise-canceling headphones on, looking at Alina's charts while listening to her record. And basically that worked. I mean, I got down to the main room to meet Larnell and Mike and Alina at 9:30, 9:45, and we ran through the music, and it's 9:30 a.m. rehearsal in 10 minutes.
That's a vibe, man.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know why. Keep running.
It's the only thing we can do now, right?
As soon as our rehearsal was over, the next one was Michael League on bass, Larnell Lewis on drums, Lionel Lewecki on guitar. I went to Berklee with that guy. He's awesome. You probably know that already. And Joshua Redman. I mean... And by the way, if you're not familiar with Alina, I was not. Her new album, I think, is out or just about to be out. It's called We Are. The music is beautiful. It sounds just wonderful. It was a real treat to play with her.
I know that time we spend, it will never end.
Welcome to Miami.
then after we played that night, Knower played. If you're not familiar with Knower, Knower, look them up. They're one of my favorite bands.
About you.
To round it all off, on the last day, Jay and I did an interview with NPR for Jazz Night in America. That set is stunning. I mean,
It's incredible. It's almost like telepathic.
That was pretty cool. They just wanted to talk with us about that music, where that was coming from. And then Chris Bullock and I got to sort of host a Q&A with Joshua Redmond, which we just got to sit next to him while he said amazing things.
To one of our favorite people, favorite saxophone players on the planet, Mr. Joshua Redmond.
Later on Sunday afternoon, I happened to be walking past. I saw a big crowd of people where we'd done the Q&A with Josh, and I didn't know what was going on. I peeked my head over and I could see Robert Glasper was there. He was just saying some wonderful stuff.
And then you start writing songs, and then people say, I like that song, blah, 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 blah. More people start hearing, and then eventually, hopefully, you know, that's you. Anything you write, that's you.